Hi there, it's Anne here on the Life LDC Knits channel, and I'm so happy to see you here, and I'm glad you're spending some time with me to talk about my latest knitting projects. Before we get started, I want to thank everyone who commented on my King Carden poncho with armholes. A lot of you mentioned that you wouldn't even have thought about knitting this until you saw my version of it, and I'm really that makes me really happy, because that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. Is maybe you can't envision yourself in them, so I'm here to show you that you actually can wear them. So thank you for getting in touch with me about that. I really do appreciate when knitters get back to me and tell me that I've helped to influence them even a little bit. So today we're going to talk about my current knits, and I actually have two finished objects for you. So hope you have your beverage of choice, and maybe you're knitting or whatever's you work on your lap and ready to go, and we can talk for a little while. So happy December, everybody. Do you believe it? It's December. Maybe we'll talk about that later. I don't know. Cheers. Okay, first up is my current knit, and bad spot to stop for someone who wants to show it on a video, because I've just started a row, so I'm just going to sit and finish this row, and I will talk to you maybe about December and where we are and what's happening. Here in Canada, the second wave of COVID is just going crazy, and all the different provinces have all their own rules, and within the provinces, municipalities have their own rules. So here where I live, just outside of Toronto, Toronto's a big hot spot, and then there's another couple of areas between us and Toronto. They are also in the really hot zone, and we are creeping up there. So as a senior, I am doing my best to stay home, and the delivery guys are having a great time. I've ordered new winter boots because I really needed new winter boots. So I ordered winter boots, and they arrived, and I've ordered, of course, I've shared with you before that I've ordered yarn. I haven't ordered any yarn recently, but I've ordered books for our Christmas Eve sort of sit down and relax and have whatever, and a new book to get us through the holidays, because we're going to be, while we normally have a quiet holiday, this is going to be uber quiet. And so we've sort of let ourselves splurge a little bit with chocolates. I have a vision of sitting with my new book and a box of chocolates, and maybe we'll put the fire on in the fireplace. Not that that really helps. It helps with the ambience, but it doesn't help with the heat. It actually sucks the heat out of the house. So hubby will have a few things to say about that. Maybe we'll put the fake fireplace on the TV and watch it there. But other than that, we're not really, we don't really indulge in Christmas a lot, because it is just the two of us. So we'll just do our Christmas phone calls, and that'll be it. So I have been knitting a lot, and as I mentioned, I've got two finished objects to show you, and I'm actually working right now on two projects on and off. So my current main projects right now are the Arne & Carlos Christmas Balls Advent. I have the original Christmas Balls book. Back in the day, I did a couple of them. I did them in chunky yarn, and actually Daisy used to play with them until I decided to put them away. I have to find them. They're around here somewhere. Maybe I'll find them. If I find them, I'll put a picture of them in here. So anyway, these ones I am knitting in felted tweed, because I couldn't find the yarn that Arne & Carlos called for. Everybody, I guess, and their uncle are knitting Christmas ornaments, Christmas baubles. the Arn & Carlos Christmas baubles. So I decided to go with a more sort of rustic look, and I'm using felted tweed colors to knit my Christmas baubles. And here's my bauble bag. I'm using, I think this is clay, 177, I'll have to look that up. I'm using this as my light color. I'm using the new red, the new Cafe red. I'll put the colors down here below. Honestly, I have COVID memory. I can't remember anything, so I'll put the color names actually down on the screen. So I'm using this is in one of the new Cafe colors, red. And I'm using, excuse me, this green. And just for a little shock of something different, I use pink. There's a story to why I use this pink, so we'll get to that. So I am making the Christmas baubles. I quite like the whole process. This is one. There's a new pattern for every day, December 1st to 24th. And you have to watch Arn & Carlos' little Advent updates. They are, well, sit and knit for a bit. They're doing two things. They're sitting and knitting for a bit every day and introducing the new bauble. They're giving us a little story, and every Sunday they're doing sort of like the every Sunday, the 4 Advent Sundays, they're doing a special event too. So anyway, it's something to help sort of tick the time by for December. So I decided to do it, and I'll show you some more of them. They're up. I'll do a close-up. They're up on my Christmas fake Benjamin ficus tree. My fake fig tree. I really got to get some real life into this house. I'm thinking maybe I should buy a new fig tree. But before, every time we went anywhere, the poor thing would suffer so much, and then I would come home and have to revive it. I used to have a really big fig tree like that. That's why I ended up buying the fake one. But just like right now in here, everybody, the news is talking about the fact that everybody's buying Christmas trees this year because they really, really want, you know, the old-fashioned Christmas. Everybody's struggling and wanting to have an old-fashioned Christmas, so Christmas trees have been snapped up. I resisted because I don't have, honestly, I just don't have enough to be really honest. I don't have enough Christmas spirit to handle putting up a Christmas tree and taking it all down and worrying about whether Lackey's going to chew on it or whatever. So I love looking at everybody's trees. Please post pictures of your trees on Instagram. I'd love to see your tree, okay? So that's the one ongoing project for this December. It's a little bit dry. I need a drink. This fall season, there's a new Rowan book out with cave designs, and there was a pattern in it that I loved, and it was the large diagonal scarf, and it used an awful lot of the new colors. And being a Rowan ambassador, I contacted Rowan and I asked them if they would be interested in me featuring that design and the cup, because I love the new colors, and a felted tweed aficionado. If they were interested, would they send me the colors? And they did. They sent me the colors. And I was really happy to see them because I got them pretty early in the game and got to have a look at them. And then I looked, when the patterns became available, I looked at the patterns and I fell in love with the Paint Daubs blanket. But I didn't need another blanket, but I did fall in love with the Paint Daubs blanket. So, this is interesting. This is the first time I've sat down and worn this. Maybe I need to give it a good yank at the back. There we go. So I saw the Paint Daubs blanket, but I did not want a new blanket. I forgot to show you this, didn't I? Isn't that glorious? Look at all the colors in there. So anyway, I looked at the Paint Daubs blanket. I compared colors. A lot of the colors that were in the zigzag scarf were in the Paint Daubs blanket, but they weren't all there. And the color that I loved, really loved, was this one, color 218. This is the main color of the Paint Daubs blanket. Is it not gorgeous? So, big twist of plans. I ordered some more yarn. I did some calculations, ordered some more yarn. I turned the Paint Daubs blanket into the Paint Daubs shawl scarf. It's a large scarf. I just love this. It's just like, you know, it starts off like at the top with alternating colors, and then it goes into a solid. It is just like a little daub of paint on the wall. Spectacular colors. Absolutely love the colors. I love this gold. What's it called? I keep wanting to call it vintage gold. I think it's French mustard. See, that's how my brain's working. Vintage gold, French mustard. Not even totally related at all, but I love this color. So the plan is actually to make a sweater in that color and then wear this shawl around with it. But first I've got to do the shawl, because the shawl is going to be, it's a long haul. I've done one repeat. I'm one more section. That'll be 2 repeats. I want to do 5 repeats of the pattern in total. Now, this is supposed to be true intarsia, you know, dropping one color and picking up the other. But I watched one of those online events with Dee Hardwick. Are you picking up on all these online events? I had a great online event with a shop. It was in the States. It was a free event. It was great. Some of them charge $5, whatever, you know, it depends on what they're doing. Anyway, great way to hear a designer. But she does an awful lot of intarsia, and I've never liked intarsia, so I thought, wow. And as I was listening to her, a couple of things clicked together. And one of them was the fact that sometimes she doesn't break off the yarns. Sometimes she just strands behind the little patch of color that she's got, and she just carries the yarn across. Now, she's mostly talking about much, maybe smaller pieces than this, but the light bulb went on, and I thought, who the heck, I can do that. So that's exactly what I did. I knit one of these little squares. I figured out how much yarn it takes, and for me, it's 6 arm lengths. I make little bobbins and I attach them. I go along and I attach them, but I'm stranding the main color on the back of my knitting as I do that. I've actually, you're going to be proud of me, I actually have finished all the ends. After I finish a row, I finish the ends. Oh, well, I haven't finished those bottom ends. Liar. I need to finish these hanging ends on this one. Anyway, I am keeping up with my ends. I'm not going to have a big slew of ends at the end to tweak in. I just love this, and I think it's going to make quite a spectacular scarf with all these colors, don't you think? So, this is my plan. Scarf with this, a matching sweater in the French mustard. That's going to be my New Year outfit for when I go out. It'll be nice and bright for the winter, don't you think? So finished objects. Maybe I need to do a change of outfit for you. What do you think? I love this. This is a design from Rowan Magazine 68. It's by Arcanite. It's done in brushed fleece, and this is a stash happy project with a little twist. I had bought a bag of 10 balls of brushed fleece in a gray color, and the idea was I was going to make the hubby a sweater. Never got around to it. It's been sitting downstairs for 2 years. And then my friend Darlene, the one with all the shawls, she had a bag of this color, and she's really more of a gray person. I'm really more of a brown person, so we swapped. So the mail, we each put our parcels in the mail. They passed in the mail universe, and I ended up with this, and I absolutely love it. It is so light. It is so warm for being such a light sweater. It is so warm, and I love the details of it. I will put some pictures in here that I will take. I'm not going to go outside because it's snowing like crazy today, so I'm not going to go outside and take pictures, but maybe I'll take some in my big mirror over there and show you the back and everything. It's rather delightful. And the only thing I have to decide is to whether or not to put pockets on the front. I think I should, because then you can tuck a little Kleenex in there or whatever. But this is so comfortable. I love the details. You knit the back in 2 pieces and you join them together after a few inches, and then the back goes up with some shaping on the shoulder. It's a very angled shoulder. The front 2 pieces are knit up and they're joined onto the back, and there is no back neckline shaping. So when you put it on, it's one of those sweaters that pulls up a little bit. It does ride up. It does sit up a touch, but because the fabric is so forgiving and loose and drapey, it doesn't really go up dramatically. I love the way it hangs, and I love this sweater. Lackey, I gotta tell you, Lackey loves this sweater. If I put it down, it's like, oh, there's that sweater. It's obviously nice and warm, and he likes it, which I think I might have to make him a little blanket for Christmas. I might order some white for him and the polar color, and order him, make him up a little blanket, because he's getting old, and he loves his walks, and he doesn't seem to mind the cold when he's out for his walks. But when he gets home, the first thing he does is dive into whatever he can find on the couch to snuggle under. I've told you this before. I love brushed fleece. I have the Mete coat that I've been wearing for years, done by Martin Story. Pictures here, taken outside in the cold, and I just love that one. And so now I'm developing I've got a whole shelf full of got my Mete, and I've got this. I think it's called Friction, and then I've got another project to share with you. I finished the blanket. This is done in brushed fleece, stranded with Rowan Creative linen. Unusual combination, makes the blanket have a lot of drape and heft to it. Super warm. Hubby loves it. He wants one. He keeps trying to use this, but I keep telling him that I knit it. It's my blanket. I let Lackey use it every once in a while. When he's being good and he's sound asleep, I drape it over him, and then I take it off him because I don't want him to get too used to it. I love this, and I think it's going to look spectacular this winter when I'm sitting around reading my Christmas book and eating my Christmas chocolates. And just as I thought, it looks fabulous with my Creative Linen Kim Hargreaves top. And I love the neckline on this. I love the drapey sleeves, and it's going to be so cozy. Cuddled up in this on the couch. Don't you think? I've gone sort of crazy about being comfortable at home. I'm going to start sewing. I'm going to make pajama bottoms, and I'm also going to make, I love turtlenecks. I've got a couple of turtlenecks that are so old, they're so ancient, you can almost see through them, and I'm really trying to not buy junk clothes. So I decided to buy some fabric. Then I found out, let me just show you the fabric. I bought this. It's cotton jersey. And I love the pattern on it. And I'm going to make a turtleneck. And you'll see that it's sort of gray, but it's a nice beige gray, so it'll look great with my brush fleece sweater. So anyway, when I bought this, and I was reading all about how to sew knits, you need to use they recommend a walking foot. You don't need to, but they recommend it. Well, my machine, turns out I can't get a walking foot for my machine. So instead of investing in all sorts of things for Christmas, I invested in a basic, not terribly expensive, basic genome, or genome, I don't know how you say it, sewing machine. It came with a walking foot. I'm very excited. I'm gonna, by the next time you see me, I will be sitting wearing this. No matter what it looks like, I promise that I will be sitting wearing this and probably have my brush fleece sweater over top of it because I think it will look great together. So that's a new little hobby I'm adding to my repertoire because, as we were talking about earlier, I'm not going to be doing much this winter. I'm not going to be going anywhere. So have to branch out in the hobbies. Now tell me, are you branching out in the hobbies? I have read recently of people they're taking up coloring. There's a really lovely lady that's, I've got a couple of her coloring books downstairs. I'll put her link down below. She's doing a free online class, and I'm going to do it next week. It's all about how to draw Christmas stuff. I might end up making a couple of Christmas cards. Probably the only way I'm going to send Christmas cards out because I'm really not. I'm not a Grinch, but I'm just not into Christmas. Christmas is not my jam. I know a lot of people love Christmas, and I love looking at Christmas. I just don't get off on it personally. Anyway, so there's that. Another thing that's come into my zone of reference these days is this Japanese lady who does darning. I just ordered one of those darning mushrooms, so I'll probably feature that in an upcoming event. And I don't know, that's it for me. So last thing, a lot of YouTube video bloggers are doing Advent. I'm sort of buzzing around watching the Advents. It's a great thing to do. I gotta commend them. Every time I do one of these videos, doing the videos is actually easy, but it's the editing and then it's the uploading, and then the editing, finding music. I sort of stick to 2 or 3 that I get from bensound.com, free music. I sort of stick to a pattern. These are pretty off the cuff videos that I do. I don't do a lot of even though mine are pretty basic, I feel my videos are pretty basic. There is a lot of production that goes into it afterwards, and then after the production's over and you've done all your links and everything, or do a blog post, then you have to upload the darn thing. And our internet here is great for streaming, but the upload strength is pretty bad. Sometimes it takes me 2 days to get the thing to upload. And I used to try like waking up in the middle of the night, but I swear they turn our internet off. We get our internet from up the road, wirelessly from a tower up the road. So I find now the best time is like really early in the morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning. So that's one of the reasons I like to keep my videos to about 30 minutes, no more. If they go too much longer, it just takes forever to upload. And while this was always the case, it's even worse now because every house around us that's using the same internet provider, there's probably how many people in each house all on either they're working from home or the kids are from home doing schoolwork at home. So it's just a whole new world. And I've asked, there's no way I can have any higher upload. So when I'm going to upload a video, I turn off all my devices, turn off my hubby's phone and his iPad, I turn off the TV because it picks up in the Wi-Fi, I turn off the Mac that's hooked up to the TV, I turn off everything and just let the device that I'm using to upload, and it still takes forever. So what can you do? Anyway, obviously I like doing these videos because they're not the easiest thing to do sometimes. And that makes me realize and appreciate all the people who do videos on a regular basis, and in particular the people who do Advent, who do them every day. Oh my goodness, they're so amazing to do that absolutely every day, and I'm sure they have really good Wi-Fi, so good for them. I wish I did too. So anyway, until next time, and I'm hoping that it's going to be before Christmas, because I intend to be sitting here wearing something that I've actually sewn. Putting the pressure on myself. I don't have any other pressure, so this is pressure that I can handle. So until next time, take care of yourself. Wear your mask. Remember, you're wearing it to protect others, not necessarily to protect yourself, but now they've decided that you're protecting yourself too. Don't stay indoors with strangers. Only stay in your own house with your own bubble of people. Gosh. I just want to say thank you very much for joining me here on the Life LDC Knits couch when I go on and on and on about knitting, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I love seeing the little subscriber number tick up. It's going up very slowly, but it always goes up, and I appreciate that. I appreciate every one of you, and I hope to see you before Christmas. And I should be wearing my new turtleneck. We'll see. And I'll have some more Christmas balls on my plant to show you too by then. So take care. Cheers.